So we're back again.
Hope y'all enjoy your Memorial Day, holiday weekend, and staying safe out there.
Seems like a lot of people wait for this holiday. It's like the marking of summer.
Yeah, it is the marking of summer. It's when everybody wants to go to a lake, start swimming,
Barbecuing.
barbecuing. Even though
Yeah.
it's not even that hot still yet. It's still kind of like today's kind of cold,
Yeah.
hot and cold at the same time. More windy than anything. For some reason, it feels like fall. Like we're in the way the wind is and stuff. It feels like we're like right around October, like Halloween time, like with the wind and everything. It feels like we're at that time, but it's not.
Remember that video I sent you guys?
Yeah, that's what it feels like outside. I'm getting that vibe right now.
I hella missed that shit.
Same.
Oh, dude, like,
it's weird because it's like right around the cusp where like the time starts getting like it's get darker outside earlier. I don't know why, but some reason I missed that. I don't know why.
Just that seeing that video made me hella miss that time, bro. It was crazy how much like nostalgia and all those feelings it brought back.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was one of the few that felt like that, but there's a lot of people that feel like that. I remember I used to be chilling, and then sometimes I'd just randomly see people dressed up in costumes.
Let me see if I can find it.
And then another video I sent you was the one in Japan.
Oh yeah, that's on my bucket list. I want to go.
Whoever that person was, the way they experienced Japan, it was pretty sick. It looked like it was straight out of a movie. It kind of sucks, like the kids that were born later, they don't get to get that same feeling.
No, I feel like for sure trick-or-treating and stuff like that, it's all different than the way it was.
Just that whole spooky vibe is freaking badass.
It was a long time ago, longer now than it seems, in a place that perhaps you've seen in your dreams, for the story that you are about to be told took place.
Damn, just that audio.
This is what made me feel nostalgic right here is
In a place that
the cereals for sure.
Yeah.
The food made that like hit. This also too. This hit me pretty hard because I used to watch a lot of Disney Channel during like that time in like Phineas and Ferb. So like the Disney Channel logo with the Monstober.
Yep.
Like I knew what it was even though it was crossed off. That kind of hit home for sure.
And then Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, yeah.
Damn, like when Halloween was coming, like the whole vibe used to change. It was crazy. I can't even describe it in words. You'd have to be there to experience it.
Yeah, it's definitely different vibes. Maybe because we're older, or we don't like. It's just Halloween is different to us, or maybe it's just because of time.
I think it has to do.
Times have changed too. You know, like not a lot of people out. Personally, I don't see a lot of people out there trick or treating as much as they used to. You know what I mean? Like being more festive.
It was just different. Everybody was more into it.
Yeah, you used to see a lot more people walking around town too.
Yeah.
And now it's not even like that anymore.
Nah. It was a lot better over here. But one thing, I don't know why, when I saw that video, I started looking into Ouija board stories, bro. People's experiences with them. It was crazy because one girl said she was doing the Ouija board right. She said she played it, and then like weird shit started happening to her. Her house was haunted on top of that. And she started having strange experiences, and then she didn't stop playing it. She would still play, and then after, I think, 5-7 years, she finally stopped. And then the crazy part about that whole story was at the end when she cut it up into pieces and got rid of it, she went to house sit for this this lady, yeah. And this was a very religious lady. And then she said she saw, while house sitting, she saw a Ouija board by like dog food. And then she said it made her feel like really uneasy. Like it felt like all that shit was coming back, like the experiences she had, and she kept feeling like presence, like evil presence. Afterwards, when she got done, she went to visit or get paid by the lady with her mom, right? And then keep in mind, this lady's really religious, and like religious people, they stay away from that shit.
Mhm.
It's like they won't go anywhere near it. So, anyways, they're talking, and then I think they're by the garage or something. And then the girl got reminded of it, and she's like, "By the way, I found your Ouija board." And then she said that religious lady, she grabbed the Ouija board. She's like, "Don't touch it, it's mine." And then she's like, don't ever try to like touch it. And then she said that whole situation was weird. Her mom decided to change the subject, but after that she said she went a couple more times to house it, but it got worse, so she stopped.
Yeah, fuck that.
I wonder what got into her. There's another guy, bro. This guy's story was crazy. I think his channel's name is Mindseed TV. They do like paranormal.
I thought it was a sin. I thought it was a sin for religious people to have Ouija boards, like Catholics and stuff like that. Christians, I thought it was a sin to have that kind of stuff.
I think it is, but I don't know what happened. Why she had it? Why she was near it?
Is it a sin to do that? Well, yeah, no.
I don't know, cause you're not. Cause see, Ouija boards aren't even talked about in it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So
so
it's more westernized.
yeah, so you're just pretty. Anything that has to do with like summoning these type of things is bad to do. So I think in a way it is bad, cause you're not supposed to summon these demons and
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I was thinking, and it's
Yeah.
crazy that they market this as a kids game.
Yeah.
Like, I remember going to Toys R Us, or not even Toys R Us, like Toys R Us or like the toy aisle, like look at board games, and you would see the Ouija board there, and it would even say, sometimes I think if I remember correctly, it would have like an age like 18 or older, like you gotta purchase. But Mark Hirsch told us, remember Mark Hirsch's story about the Ouija board thing? How he was at Toys R Us one day when he was a kid. Yeah. So
No, I gotta ask him.
Yeah, so he said that, I remember he told us, but anyways, he said that when he went to Toys R Us, he was getting some toys like a toy that just came out, like a Power Rangers thing or something like that, and he happened to walk by the toy aisle, the board game aisle, and he saw the Ouija board, I guess, and he ended up, I guess he just tipped it over, like he just kind of like if it was like this. And he just pushed it over like that, so he can lay on its side, on the whatever, on its back. I'm like, man, forget this. And then he just pushed it over, and he heard something, and he turned around, and I guess the Ouija board was facing back up.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy, huh?
That for real happened to him?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Ask him; he'll tell you the story.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him for sure.
Yeah. He said it happened here at the when it used to be open, Toys R Us or whatever.
I remember they used to have them, bro. That's hella crazy. I remember, so continuing on that story, that's a good story. I like it. I'm going to have to ask him for sure. But going back to this story with Mindseed TV, these guys, they go do like paranormal investigations and stuff. And this guy that's telling the story, he has his own channel. Well, on this channel, he goes on to describing how I think he had a Ouija board at his house, or one of his friends had one. But they used to live on Native American burial grounds.
Ooh, yeah.
And there was a hill. Him and his friends, they made a plan as kids that, we're going to tell our parents that we're at each other's houses. But all of them, they were planning on getting together and going on top of the hill where it was haunted.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. So they went earlier. They went before into that hilly area. And they said they would hear like horses like running around, or like screams of Native Americans fighting and stuff like that, which is a red flag. You never want to play Ouija board somewhere like that, you know?
No.
So they decide, they concoct that plan, and they follow through with it. Well, they fool their parents, and they end up going back to that hill. I think there was 3 of them with the board and some candles. So they decide to play the board, and then I think they said it was answering questions, but then they got spooked. So they decided to stop playing. They started walking home, right? So they go home, and then he said the next day or the day after, he went to go check up on his friend, because his friend wasn't in contact with him, and it was one of his best friends. He would always play with him and hang out. So he goes to his house, and his mom's there, and this guy's like, "Where's so-and-so at?" I haven't seen him, and his mom's like, he hasn't been the same ever since he came back hanging out with you guys. Um, he's just in his room. Do you guys have any idea what might have happened? And this guy's like, he lied to his mom because, you know, as a kid you're scared.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't. And then so he just goes back, and a couple of days later he finds out that his friend offed himself as a kid.
Oh,
And he's like, there was no reason that his friend will off himself at that young of an age.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, he said he never touched a Ouija board again.
Fuck that.
I was like, damn, that's heavy, bro. Like, if you guys were involved and then something like that happened and, like, your friend offs himself, some crazy shit must have happened. Like, he must have been... I was reading the comments because I was wondering what's going on. And then some people were saying that they had experiences, too, where their friends played it or someone they knew played it. And they'll start hearing voices in their heads.
I was about to say that. He probably offed himself because he started hearing voices in his head.
Yeah, so I was like, that's heavy, bro. So if you guys think of playing the Ouija board, don't do it. It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it.
You don't know what you're getting into. A lot of people think it's all fun and games, and then till you encounter some menacing sweat ghost.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, honestly. Like that.
I mean, that's crazy because I hear a lot of these stories about houses being built on tribal grounds and stuff like that, and those are always haunted.
Yeah, there's a place here across the pond over in the Ville.
Yeah.
Next to Costco out there.
Yeah.
There's like most of that's all burial and Indian burials too.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because my brother used to work at a store over there, and next to the Domino's there's a store there, a parts store, and yeah, I heard that it was built on an Indian burial ground, like all of that, and it's on a hill too.
Damn.
It's crazy, but yeah, they're and like you can hear shit, and like certain other parts of the store feel like there's a certain part of the store where it feels cold.
Your brother said he experienced it?
Multiple people that worked in the store said they experienced it. Wow. It could be hot, like the hottest day, and the AC could be on, but like where the warehouse is at in the back, when you're going from the front of the store to the warehouse, like you can feel like there's gonna be a temperature difference, but like you can feel like it still feels cold where it should be hot, like warm. Wow. And like the other area to the entrance from the front of the store to the back, there, you could feel the temperature change and it's hot, but that one section is just cold. I worked there one day when they needed help. I went to go help them out, and yeah, I felt like it was just weird. I didn't like it.
Oh, you felt bad energy?
Yeah, I felt bad energy. I didn't like it, you know.
Yeah, I think, don't you think, like, if someone's about to buy a house somewhere, they should at least disclose the information?
I think it's important to disclose the information. Although, I know it's going to deter buyers from it, but I think they need to disclose information like that.
Yeah, because that's important shit. It's not like you're making some kind of small investment. You're putting your life there, and then if you get stuck, you can't move out.
You can't move out, yeah.
And then you're literally just getting tormented.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit takes a toll on everybody, everything.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
Yup. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think, you know, but I think there's other shit that people can be doing instead of playing the Ouija board, bro. Playing video games or something.
Yeah, sometimes I think people
or
use
watching
it.
movies.
Sometimes people, they want to get contact with their relatives and stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like you can do it in other ways,
Yeah.
you know?
And I personally don't think it's the relatives they're, like, contacting. I think it's some other demon acting like the relatives.
Or you never know. It could even be someone else, like other people, or it could be ourselves in another dimension, or people in another dimension.
Yeah.
Because I think this world revolves around different dimensions. Mm-hmm. It's not just stationary. As a two-dimensional, three-dimensional, it's probably like multiple dimensions. Like the way Inception says, side to side, up and down, diagonal, across, stuff like that.
So check this out. I was listening to the Sean Ryan podcast, which is interesting. You brought that up. It's a guy, he talks about near-death experiences. I got to finish the podcast. It's pretty good so far. Sean Ryan, he asked him, what's your definition of a dimension, another dimension? So I wanted to ask you, what is another dimension? Like, what's your definition?
To me, a dimension is like a mirror. It's is like a mirror. So say we're that we're in this dimension right here, we mirror off of this dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And then it could be like this and like this and like this. So it's literally like if you draw a sphere, or like if you have a sphere and you cut it into sections,
Mm-hmm.
and each one of those sections is all dimensions. So that's how I feel like our world revolves around.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like if we get an orange and we cut it into certain sections, and each of those sections is all dimensions.
Yeah.
And in each one of those dimensions, like we're all interconnected in some way, but in each one of those dimensions, we're all different versions of ourselves. So we're not able to contact those dimensions. I think. I feel like the only way we can contact those dimensions is by thought, or by something drastically happening where we can either slip into another dimension for a moment and coming back. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's how I would describe dimensions and stuff like that.
Now that you have your definition and I'm hearing you talk about it, yeah, so I'd say I agree with it, because my definition would be the same thing. The way I imagine it is like a checkerboard. You got one big square, and then you got boxes inside of that box.
Inside of that box, yeah.
So that'd be like many dimensions in that one.
Yeah, and if you the way I see it, so if you're looking at a checkered board and you're saying that in that checkerboard each one of those has boxes, it's not going to be two-dimensional flat. It's also going to be downwards,
underneath, above,
and then up, and then also side to side.
Yeah,
and then diagonally too. But I don't know, I feel like maybe the only way to get into another dimension and stay there is, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's getting into like some sort of a portal to go into a different dimension. Or it could also be like a near-death experience where you see the light and then you come back, but your outcome changes because you're seeing something else from a different dimension that like keeps you alive, and you come back to your regular life. I don't know. Or if you die and your spirit stays here but you move to a different dimension, you know what I mean? That's another possibility.
I think in the future, pretty soon, they'll probably have something that breaks through other dimensions.
They might already have it, especially with the atom weapon not the atom weapon, but the thing they have in Europe where they used to take atoms apart.
Yeah, the particle accelerator.
The particle accelerator. I think that's enough energy to kind of break through a dimension.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think so.
Bro, it's crazy. Like, this shit we never even fathomed as kids. Like, we would see cartoons, but like, this shit is becoming like reality, like what we're finding out.
Yeah.
Or they've had it.
Yeah, it's a technology within the last 15 years. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta do the math real quick.
If somebody figures out or like gets that much power, they can literally mess with anybody they want.
Yeah, so within the last 16 years, 15 to 16 years, how technology has came along, you know? Because I remember when I was in high school, this was 16 years ago, the first iPhone came out, and it was hella basic, man. Like, you remember the first iPhone?
Yeah.
Like,
I was even mind blown by that.
Yeah, and fast forward 15 years later, we have something that you don't even need a computer anymore. It's literally just your phone. Like, sometimes I wonder like how, like, if the race with because I feel like Apple started it, like Apple definitely started the race like that, like because they pushed out the iPhone like that, everybody else kind of sped up their technology to catch up with them, and then that's where we are now with technology now, with like the chip evolutions that they have for ARM, from transitioning from chips that they use in smartphones to computer, because Apple has the same chip for computers and iPhone, it's the same ARM technology, and Microsoft just came out with their own too, with AI and stuff like that. So it's crazy, bro, how they just like that revolution started and it snowballed, and like we are where we are now. Sometimes I wonder, like I asked you earlier, how would our life today be if we had technology from 10, 15 years ago, like before the iPhone came out. Like, I think that we wouldn't have progressed as far as we did if, honestly, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we would be on the cusp of, like...
It wouldn't have expounded or whatever.
Yeah, like, I feel like we wouldn't be able to do this right now. Like, we wouldn't be able to vlog out of a phone.
Yeah.
Or podcast out of a phone. Like, we still have a camera. Like,
That's
a bigger
facts.
camera. Realistically, if you think about it...
We'd be spending hella more money.
We'd be spending a lot more money. People wouldn't be doing YouTube. You know what I mean? Companies wouldn't have, like, their fancy inventory checking devices. What is it? Like, companies wouldn't be able to figure out AI and stuff like that, bro. Like, we wouldn't have that right now. It would be different. I don't know. How do you think? You think it's true or not?
Yeah, I think it's true.
I still think that we would be kind of, like, outdated.
Yeah.
Honestly.
If we just, like, say we were stuck in, like, 2005 technology.
Yeah.
Because I remember just even that jump from having buttons on a phone to just screen. That was
bro.
big thing, bro.
Bro, not...
That shit's crazy.
I held off on getting a phone, like an iPhone like this. Not this exact one, but, like, the next generation without the button. Because I remember everything came with the fingerprint scanner here.
Mm-hmm.
Or I had a phone that had a fingerprint scanner back here, too.
Yeah.
So... I remember, dude, when I first got, like, a phone that had just the touch thing, like, it was weird, bro. Like, you would, you know, you're just not used to it.
Yeah.
You're just not used to it. And me, like, us having, like, being in the age where we're already familiar with technology, imagine our parents, like, giving them an iPhone. Like, what were they, you know, like, they're confused.
Yeah.
Because they're used to, like, the flip and then, like, the physical buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy how much it's changed. We still keep doing, like, some of the old shit, but, like, still, like, hella accelerating fast. It's kind of crazy how, like, shit's getting blended.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, the more we advance to, the more people they're bringing back, like, the old shit too, like the antiques and that type of shit.
Have you noticed that? Like, it's been a trend. Like, a lot of people and they're calling it retro.
Yeah.
When it's not even that retro. It's only, like, 15 years ago kind of a thing. Like, like, they're bringing, like, back like, I remember at one point there was a trend where people started using flip phones as their daily driver phones. Instead of using an iPhone, they would ditch it and use flip phones. And they would make videos out of them and stuff like that and load them up on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Or they were using the Nokias, the big brick Nokias. They were using those too. Like, or people were using iPods and stuff like that. That's crazy. Bro, I still have my iPods. It's crazy how we went from having iPods and you downloaded music to buying music off iTunes or downloading it illegally to just streaming it off of YouTube and Spotify and stuff like that.
Yeah, rest in peace to all the people that had to buy all their music.
For real, I never bought shit, dude.
Bro.
I every now and then, like, when people gifted me iTunes gift cards, I'd buy it or I'd buy games off of it, but fuck no, dude. I never bought music, bro. I download everything off of LimeWire. Some people don't even know what LimeWire is, bro.
And
or FrostWire.
The crazy part is the people that, like, bought the music, they can't even put it in their videos to monetize their video. They bought that shit and
that's
then
the crazy
they're
part,
getting
bro.
taken down.
You know what I find that's even crazier? Is the you know how some places, like, they add like a Comcast, for example, Comcast. If you have Comcast or Dish or whatever it is, you can buy movies on their platform and you can keep them. Bro, if you move out of Comcast or whatever it is, you don't keep that movie.
Oh, it stays on their domain.
It stays on their domain.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. So you're telling me you're spending $16 to $32 for a fucking movie and you're not keeping it?
To rent it.
To rent it, bro. That's insane.
That's hella wild.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I think streaming is... Sometimes it's more of the way to go, but even then, you're not even holding something tangibly.
No.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. Dude, they don't even sell DVD players in the stores anymore.
No.
They don't sell DVD players like that. It's all just Roku, Apple TVs, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all, like, cloud type shit.
Cloud type shit, yeah. Dude, one day the internet went out of my house and I couldn't even... We couldn't do any, like... couldn't watch TV. You couldn't go on nothing. Absolutely nothing.
For real.
Yeah, so.
Bro, just with the internet going out, the world will fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, you got cars that drive themselves. Like, I feel like it still needs internet.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy. I appreciate technology going as fast as it does, but sometimes it's not always that good.
Yeah. Mercedes wants to charge you more in the future for the upcoming cars to be able to speed more.
Yeah. So, and a lot of these manufacturers, they're doing what is called they started calling it like an a la carte kind of a it's a subscription based thing. It's an a la carte. So either you buy a package, or you're not even buying it actually. It's more of like it's like a subscription. It's like Spotify, YouTube TV, whatever. It's like that. You pay, for an example, $499.99 a year, and with that money that you chip into that, BMW is allowing you to use their heated seats on their car, their heated steering wheel, navigation, and all that shit. And granted, all this stuff is already on the car you bought.
Yeah.
You're paying for monthly, or you bought cash, whatever it is. You still have to buy into the subscription. That's crazy, man. Like, you're paying money for this stuff for you to keep. So what I wonder is, like, what happens if you buy a brand new Benz off the lot, right? And you decide to pay it off within a year, right? Or 2 years. And you pay into the subscription shit that they're trying to do. What happens after you're done paying it? Like, do you get to keep it? Do you have to keep paying the subscription? Do you get to keep all the features, or what? Like, that's a racket, bro. That's a racket, in my opinion.
On top of that, if some shit goes out, that's coming out of your pocket too.
It's coming out of your pocket too, yeah. Yeah, dude, manufacturers are definitely doing that. And I can tell you firsthand, Mercedes and BMW are definitely doing that. And and BMW is the worst. They are charging users for, from the last article I read, is they're charging them for heated seats and steering wheels if they already come equipped with it and stuff like that, bro.
You know, I think that might be a good business, because people are gonna start for like regular people, because they're gonna start buying all the old cars. They're gonna start selling them for hella.
They're gonna start selling
people are gonna want to speed without having a limiter.
Without having the limit, yeah.
And that shit, they're gonna be like, any car that's before that year, they're gonna sell those for hella.
Yeah, well, it's just, at the end of the day, it's just a governor that they put in. But I mean, you know, people are gonna find ways around it to kind of tune it out or tinker it out or what have you. You know, like, they're gonna find a way to take it out. But
yeah, because, like, speaking of, like, finding a way out, I saw this video. This guy, he's a trucker. And I don't know if he's a trucker, but they have a farm, and they made a battery that's powered by hydrogen, just water.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. He says it works, but I don't know if it's legit. But if that shit works, I mean, everybody's toast. All these car companies and shit.
So Toyota made a car made out of hydrogen.
Yeah.
But I think people just kind of killed it off.
Yeah, I was waiting for that shit to come out, because they were going away from the electric shit. They're going more towards that, huh? The hydrogen cell.
Yeah, and they first debuted in Hawaii, I think, is where they launched the car, and then after that, they didn't get any publicity. Honestly, like, I saw one for sale on Facebook Market, but that was it. Literally, that was it. And, like, it never came to, like, the States. It was just, or I don't know if it did or not, but I don't think, either one, not a lot of people bought them because they didn't take interest or marketing, or the government just didn't want to subsidize it enough to where it was beneficial for the environment or whatever, what have you.
All these global warming fools should be pushing for that shit.
You know what's crazy, though? I seen a video, too. This guy on YouTube called Luke Milani, he does a lot of, like, Apple and computer stuff. He was talking about, like, the dark side of technology, like how much they push all these consumer goods that are good for the environment, like hybrid battery technology and all this stuff. But he goes, the thing that people don't realize as lawmakers or consumers or just the general public is what happens when that battery runs out. Like, where does that battery go? Like, we were quick to come up with these new innovations for technology as far as batteries and shit like that, but we don't think about the byproduct, like the waste and stuff like that. Like, what do we do with that? You can't burn it. You can't. I mean, you can burn it, but they won't let you do anything with it like that, you know? And he was talking about that and how it's just a big business, you know?
It was hella funny because when we got done with the last podcast, we were talking about how I was asking you about the smog shit. And then you were like, if they cared so much, why are they taxing us? Because in India, they're burning hella...
Oh, yeah, and they burn trash.
Trash, yeah.
They burn trash, yeah.
So how is us getting taxed going to help with that?
Yeah.
If they're burning, like, shit in all parts of the other world. Like, for example, I saw this, like, canal or river. It's just filled with clothes in Bangladesh. And, you know, like, all the people from here, they're sending money over there to get clothes made. And because of that, so if you have... Where you're getting certain clothes made, if they don't fit the standard, they're going to get thrown away. And clothes, it's weird. They don't really... they're not recyclable like that because it takes a long time the way they're made for it to disintegrate. Because I think that they're made by plastic or something like that. Yeah, so
polyester and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it doesn't degrade. It's not like biodegradable. It takes days, and if you look at these other countries, it's a mess.
It is a mess, yeah.
And then they're saying like China's buying garbage or we're selling our garbage. Yeah, so we're buying for people to take garbage from us or something.
Yeah, China.
Okay,
China, like all China, and then I think India and some other country.
And how does that help anything? And all these people, they like to act righteous and shit. You got people that like to act righteous, but they got like 50 pairs of clothes that they don't even wear, you know? They'll have a new outfit they'll wear for like a month, and then they'll toss it out, go buy the next season fashion drop or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
People are big hypocrites over here. It's wild. And then they'll go on Instagram, post, think about humanity, or put some humanity bullshit.
Yeah.
Everybody's selfish, man.
To be honest, I'm not the most like I don't like, I appreciate the environment and stuff like that, but I'm not like those tree huggers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But I'm also conscious about it. I don't know how you are, but I mean, I'm not hella hardcore about it. You know, it's whatever. You know, like, as long as you treat the environment okay, then it's gonna treat you okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's like karma.
I'm not wasteful. Like, I don't go buy like hella new clothes all the time. I wear my clothes till they wear out, till they get like, they'll have a hole pop up in them, because I think about that shit, because I'm like, why am I wasting money? Somebody else can use it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you just got people buying for no reason.
Yeah. What I do, like, say if my clothes start getting old and they start getting ripped, like, I'll use it to like do things around the house. Like, if I'm gonna go work outside, you know, like cut the grass or wrench on the cars or something. Yeah. Or, you know, like, or do side work. Like, if I'm gonna go to help my brother with his side job, I'll use that clothes. Like my old clothes, like that already ripped and stuff, I'll use it to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then my new, like my clothes that I wear now, new clothes or whatever, I'll use that for work and going out and stuff like that. But like all the stuff, like the stuff that already if I rip it at work or something, I'll use that for home project clothes, is what I call it, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think if a lot more people thought like that, it'd be a lot better off. Yeah. I don't know. That's just the problem with society. I forgot what I was reading, what book. I think it was Bill Cooper. He was just saying we're in a society where people just want to buy shit.
Yeah, we're very wasteful too as a society. Hella wasteful. Honestly, like, we're very wasteful. Like, and at the same time, I blame it on consumerism. Yeah. Because, if you really think about it, like, it really is. It comes down to consumerism, because it's like you say, like, people jump onto the next thing. So, like, if you're already expecting, like, there's a lot of people who are, like, I want to say, like, 80% of the population is like that in the U.S., where all people do is they wait for the next cycle, bro, like, the next trend. Like, say, if they know the new iPhone's coming out in October, shit, dude, they're already ready to get it. Yeah. Even though they just got the last one. You know, like, they're very quick on switching over to the new thing, and, like, just doing that creates byproduct, you know?
Yeah.
The same thing with clothes, you know, like clothes is the same way too, and sneakers are the same way.
Yeah, you got celebrities. They're the ones that are hypocrite the most. They'll be preaching like this environment shit, but then you see them just wearing like a $3,000 dress, and then they'll wear it once, and then you'll never see it again.
You'll never see it again. Yeah.
If you think about how much different clothes these guys wear, you wonder where all that stuff goes. Like somebody should work on inventing something that's like biodegradable.
Oh, for clothes?
Yeah.
Stuff like that?
Once it wears out, you can like throw it or put it somewhere where like it's good for soil or something like that.
Yeah.
With all the inventions they have, I mean, they should be able to figure that out.
Figure that out, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I feel like maybe cotton.
Yeah.
Like stuff that's 100% cotton.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to wear more cotton. I noticed I buy some polyester shit.
Yeah.
I heard. Okay, so check this out. I heard the theory that shit's not even good for you. The polyester.
It's not good for your skin.
Yeah.
It's not good for your skin. No, and it's actually not even good because, when you dry it out, when you're drying it in the dryer, it's not good either.
Oh,
and when you put it on, especially when you put it on warm.
Yeah.
It's not good for you either.
And they said because it causes cancer and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And with the cancer rates going up, like
essentially it's it's a plastic.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But then again, at the same time, if you have if you got people making things out of polyester, it's probably coming from, and I know this sounds disgusting, it's probably coming from the stuff that we throw away, that they're just recycling it, reusing it, you know.
Facts.
So is it a bad thing to use polyester if it's coming from recycled material? No, but is it bad for your skin and stuff? Yeah. You know what I mean? But I don't know. There's two sides to every story.
Start wearing 100% cotton.
It's more expensive. You notice that?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah. I used to get a lot of my clothes from like Old Navy, Gap, and Banana Republic and stuff. Well, it's all the same company, but sometimes I'll go to Gap and I'll see something that's like a pair of jeans, right? I remember I got a pair of jeans, 2 pairs of jeans. I got some that were like just regular jeans, right? And I think they were polyester mixed with some cotton or whatever. And then I got another pair of jeans that were 100% cotton. Those jeans were $30 more.
Oh shit.
But they were hella comfortable. They were like, as soon as I put them on, the feel, the fit was like perfect. And when I washed them and dried them, dude, they were hella good. And the polyester ones just felt like trash.
I don't know. The reason why all this concerns me is because they end up making these bills to where it starts affecting like normal people or regular people, and it becomes a cycle where we're just getting taxed.
Yeah.
Up the ass. Otherwise, I'd be like, go do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. But then when it affects me, like, then I gotta pay tax and this and that.
One of my customers put it hella perfect today. He goes, man, as soon as you're born into this life, you're already taxed.
Yep.
And I was like, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, from the day you're born to the day you die, you're taxed. He goes, when you retire, the money you're using from Social Security or whatever, you're paying tax on it. Anything you do throughout your life is just tax here, tax here, tax there. He goes, and now they're trying to do the 11% tax increase on guns and firearms and stuff like that. He goes, what more does the government need? He goes, they already tax you on fuel, they tax you on the roads you use, they tax you on your check, they tax you on this. He goes, it's all taxes, man. He goes, you spend more of your life paying taxes than anything else. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't think about that. I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Dude, and then I'd be scrolling on IG, and then I'd be seeing these news reels where they'd be saying, oh, they're putting a new toll area on this road. Like they're trying to make one from Tahoe to the Bay.
The Bay, that's crazy.
Another toll that goes straight from Tahoe to the Bay. And it didn't even go to the Bay, it went to Davis. I was like, what the fuck?
So they're going to make a new road?
Yeah, they're trying to say that road is going to be, I don't know how much, but they're trying to put a toll on it. People were mad, bro. And that's just going to be hella congested too.
Dude, so down in LA, I remember one year when I went down there with my family, I was with my cousins and we were on our way to the beach, and there it said toll, like on the middle of the highway. It just said toll something. I was like, what the hell? I was like, whatever. I didn't think much of it. I thought maybe a certain road was like a certain part of the highway was tolled, like one of their lanes because of fast track. I thought it was because of that. And then people started slowing down, and I was like, what's this? And they're like, oh, it's a toll. I was like, for what? And they're like, oh, it's a toll from here to the beach, like from this part of the highway to the beach highway.
That's crazy.
I was like, what the hell? And I was like, how much is this toll? He's like, oh, it's like $15.
Damn.
I was like, what the hell is this, bro?
And then you gotta pay for parking to get on the beach and all that.
From that toll spot, 30 minutes later to the beach, like that's the whole toll road. I mean, dude, like that's and there. I don't even remember if there's another way to the beach around it. Probably through the city, But, dude, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So in Mexico, there's the highways are like that. You got free highways, which you don't want to take the free highways, or you have the tolled highways. So from here,
From here to the bay.
From here to the bay, you might have probably, I don't know, like 10 tolls.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. They're called in Spanish.
They're charging you toll for
and they're called casetas too. They're called casetas. So you pull up and you pay the toll, and depending on the area you're in, the toll can be cheap or it can be hella expensive. What I notice is that the further you go into the city, the tolls are more expensive. The further you're away from the city, it's cheap. So like your toll can start off at like $1.25, and the closer you get to the city, it can be like $6, $7. That's crazy, bro.
What if you have a donkey?
You
just take a donkey on a cart.
You won't. You can't. It's far, but
damn, bro, that's brutal.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm getting tired of this whole tax situation.
Common folk getting told everywhere. That's crazy, bro.
The rich get to fucking stay rich, and they don't pay jack shit.
And then the funniest shit is, they're like, "Oh, just get rich, and then you won't have to do it."
You know what it is though? Is that it's just a game, dude. The tax, it's just a game. Like you got to be able to. Somebody told me, he goes, once you learn how to manipulate taxes and stuff like that, like it's easy.
Yeah,
it really is easy.
I'm not even mad at the rich for using loopholes, right?
I'm not either.
But what I don't like is the elites not paying that shit.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like people rich compared to us, that's whatever. They're like considered pawns too. But like the elites not paying that shit.
Like the 1%.
Yeah, because they're the ones, they got like huge monopolies. They have a huge saying in government and all that stuff. And then on top of that, when we get taxed even more, that's even worse.
That's even worse.
And the money's being misallocated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing that I do find kind of crazy, bro. Like the other day, yesterday in my office, I think just like me and my coworker, we calculated just the net worth of customers that we had was. We had one guy that was worth a bill for sure, $1 billion. We had another guy that was worth a couple mil, another guy that was probably worth $1 million, and then another guy, same thing, probably a couple mil. But like they were all in our office like within 5 minutes of each other. They don't even, you look at them, they don't even look rich. They're just farmers.
That's
literally
dope.
They're just farmers, but they're literally just sitting there talking about like the state of California and how it is and shit like that. And I'm just like, that's crazy, man. Like,
dude, I was talking about
fucked over like they're even getting, you know.
Oh, they are
farmers
yeah.
too, you know, like they're getting pretty hard.
That's why I said like these normal rich people, whatever, if they find loopholes, I'm not even mad because they're working hard, right?
Yeah, you can tell they're hardworking people.
But then you got these certain people, you know, like
the Kardashians and all them kind of fucking fools.
Kind of, yeah. Like you got like these like big monopoly companies.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
they just have a monopoly on everything, literally. Or like Bill Gates type people, those type of people.
I get what you're saying,
yeah, they got enough money, but they go around doing all this other bullshit, but they're not having the money put back in. They're
Yeah.
going over to Africa, spreading diseases over there with their vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
Or you got them trying to release like 3 billion mosquitoes in Florida,
In Florida, yeah.
doing bullshit like that. Or they're taking out the competition.
Mm-hmm.
And you know they're like linked to somebody high up.
Oh yeah.
And they're not paying jack
no,
shit.
they're not paying jack shit.
Meanwhile, like a person doesn't get to pay something, they get fined up the ass. You know damn well they ain't gotta pay no toll. They just take a helicopter to fly over the damn toll, bruh.
Do you think? Okay, so yeah, you know what? That brings up a good question. So you know how we as regular people, we have to pay, like, for road stuff, like when we do DMV and stuff like that. Do you think those kind of people pay for airspace stuff?
Nah.
I don't think so either, bro.
They don't
think
even
so
have
either.
to pass emissions or anything
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying,
And
bro. I don't think so either.
their planes and shit cause the most
Emissions
emissions.
and stuff like that. I don't think so either,
Meanwhile,
bro.
we're getting taxed for smog. Smog don't do jack shit.
No, I don't do jack shit, bro.
I doubt it affects the environment that much.
Nah. Not when you got India burning hella trash
And then you got these fools sending rockets off every other day.
every other day. Yeah, exactly.
Like, tell me, how is NASA not worse than us driving?
Mm-hmm.
NASA's way worse.
Or people shooting rockets at other people during a war.
Yeah, or they'll just go do test sites.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how's that not much worse?
Remember they were blowing off real islands off the map
Mhm.
when they're doing nuclear testing
Yeah.
or like hydrogen bombs?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bruh.
Yeah, it's just a way for, it's like my customer said, bro. It's a way for the government to control us.
Yeah.
He said that the government is a puppet master and just got us on strings.
Yeah, whoever plays Ouija board, why can't y'all contact like a entrepreneur ghost?
For real.
Get some real answers how to
Mhm.
beat the...
How to beat the system.
Yeah.
How to get out of the Matrix 101.
Yeah, how come none of those type of spirits show up, bro? It's always the negative ones.
Mm-hmm.
The entrepreneur ones are
Because the
keeping...
government has them under lockdown, that's why.
They got them trapped in a circle.
Joe Biden has them trapped. Epstein has them on his island.
Oh, yeah, you know how we were talking about A$AP Rocky the other day? I forgot to tell you. Bro, that fool's a sellout. He has an old music video. You should check it out. It's called What's Up. I think you remember that song? All the homies see me, they say,
Yeah,
what's up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he has a music video. I saw it a long time ago. And they're in the middle of a circle with the star in it, the pinnacle.
Oh, yeah, I do remember
And
that.
they're like reading a book and shit. And I'm like, dude, this fool's sold out, bro. And then you got some of these Satanist fools saying that don't mean shit. Come on, bro. Stop playing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So all these fools are sellouts, sadly.
Yeah, that's how it is, though.
Yeah.
I think once you get a taste of money, you become kind of a sellout,
Yeah.
you know?
You know? All these fools. Oh, yeah. And then all these rappers, all they do is promote fashion, right? And then people are buying like the latest shit.
they're
And they're just
always
wasting more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's how people get influenced is by these rappers or
It's all
sports
made
athletes
for that
and stuff
shit,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, you know,
You're
like,
buying the jerseys.
yeah. And you know what's crazy is that the government's not gonna stop it because they're gonna want consumers to go spend their money on this stuff, you know.
They're gonna promote that shit.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's the new Jordans, the new sneakers, the new shirts, the new whatever, you know, like they don't care because it's just money going back into the system.
You know how we suffer from inflation? They say these Asian countries like Japan, I think, or China, they suffer from deflation because they save so much money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like
In the reserves.
yeah, you gotta keep it kind of like in the middle. I don't know why people don't keep it in the middle.
Yeah, well, what it is, I think it's just we just have way too much money out in the market right now.
Yeah.
That's what it is, especially with all the COVID checks going out, dude. That was the stupidest idea ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I don't even remember if I got a COVID check.
Bro, all that shit was set up. They closed down these businesses and gave them a COVID check. That's it.
Mm-hmm. You know what I did? I got one COVID check. I got one, but it wasn't even like as much as my paycheck because I was still working through COVID and I didn't get emergency pay or nothing like that.
You know what
I
was
still
crazier than
working
that? You remember what was crazier than that? The business loans people took out and they didn't have to pay back.
Dude, yes. And you know what? You know what is crazy? You know what's even crazier that I found out? Because my boss, at the time, he took out a business loan for one of those.
I didn't even know about it at that time.
Yeah, so he took out a business loan. This was the second round of business loan because there was a couple rounds. So the second round of business loans, there was interest on the loan, and you had to pay it back. Not right away. I think they said like 10 years or something like that, 5 or 10 years. And within the first a couple years, there was no interest, and then you pay it back. But the first round of loans, you didn't have to pay back. And you know what's crazy is that there was stipulations on these loans. Depending on the size of the company and how much employees you have, you got X amount of dollars. And you have to show proof that you're using it for payroll. And there was, I think the first round of loans that they did, there was no signs of proof that you have to use it for payroll. So I heard of people using these business loans to buy cars.
Dude, I
Trucks,
messed up.
houses, and shit like that, bro.
I regret not looking more close into it. I should have done it, bro.
Like, we could have done an LLC.
Yeah.
And just got...
Bro, if I could have, I threw that shit in the stock market or something.
Mm-hmm. What I would have done, personally, is I would have started an LLC for myself. I would have used my siblings and my close family, and even some friends. I would use them as employees, and depending on how much money I got, and I know I didn't have to pay it back, I would kind of just give them each kind of like a, oh, thanks for helping me out kind of a thing, and keep the money. That's what I would have done.
We could have got a business loan for the podcast.
Yeah.
Have a badass studio.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, bro. That's why you got to keep your ears and eyes open.
Yeah.
I found out like after it was too late, and I found out you didn't have to pay it back, bro. I was like, wait, how is that a business loan if you don't have to pay it back?
Yeah, but then they went back and they changed it because everybody was applying for it, dude. Everybody. It didn't even matter if you, even if the business was doing good, you could still get them. You were able to get the money. Boys,
I fumbled hard.
But you know what though? That and the COVID checks is what fucked up this economy.
Yep.
Honestly, because and hella people were all hella happy about, oh man, I'm getting free money to stay
unemployment
home
too
and shit like that. Yeah, they were they're happy because they were on unemployment. They were sitting at home and receiving these COVID checks, bro. They were like, oh hell yeah, bro. But little did they know that is what led to the inflation that we have now and the prices of shit where it's at now.
Yeah. I mean, it gave the government an excuse to use inflation.
Yeah, and yeah, it is, but it just...
You know damn well they printed more and they got some of that just disappeared.
Yeah, because that at the end of the day, that's how inflation is, man. You have more money. It's when the government prints out more money than it's supposed to, yeah. And it's out in the market. When there's a lot of shit out there in the market, it devalues that item. And when the item is very scarce in the market, it's worth more.
Yeah.
That's what happens, bro.
Well, I'm going to close it off there. I think we talked a good amount.
I think we did too.
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah. Hopefully we can stop paying taxes.
100. My last words of wisdom. Boys, if you have an opportunity, take that shit.
Yeah, take it.
Otherwise, we fumble, dog. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't blame myself. I didn't know until it was too late. Until I found out that nobody had to pay it back. But
I didn't find out until after a few years after that.
So I know like a lot of these fools, they were getting unemployment. They're like, they didn't want to work. And they'll just go buy weed and just get back at home.
I fucking knew a guy
having munchies.
Who blew his COVID check or whatever you want to call it. Because he wasn't working, so he was living off those COVID checks that people were getting. Bro, he blew his COVID check on a PlayStation 5 and controller and video games, bro. And you remember how PlayStation 5s were like $700, $800 at the time? Bro, he literally spent the whole fucking check on PlayStation and a video game and a controller, extra controller and shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm over here working, dude, like 8 to 5, and you're sitting your ass at home collecting unemployment and shit and blowing on a PlayStation. It must be nice.
That was his business loan, bro. He's about to become a streamer.
Must be nice, man.
But yeah, guys, keep your eyes out. You never know. There's always opportunity, as they say. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow's a new day.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we all get rich. But all right, guys, we're signing out.